Welcome back, friends, to Time Rewind TV. Today, we're traveling back to 1990 to revisit Dances with Wolves, the unforgettable epic that gave us breathtaking landscapes, powerful friendships, courage, and a story that touched millions around the world. But more than 3 decades later, the real lives of its remarkable cast have taken very different paths. Some became Hollywood legends, while others sadly left us with unforgettable memories. So get comfortable, and let's remember the cast of Dances with Wolves, then and now in 2026. Tantoo Cardinal was born in 1950 in Alberta, Canada. She was 40 when she played Black Shawl, the Lakota woman who becomes Kicking Bird's wife and brings a quiet warmth to the community that slowly welcomes John Dunbar. Cardinal didn't need long speeches to make Black Shawl memorable. Her expressions, humor, and calm presence helped make the Lakota camp feel like a living community built around family, rather than simply a backdrop for Dunbar's story. Now 76, Cardinal remains active and has built a remarkable career representing Indigenous characters on screen, including appearances in Legends of the Fall and Killers of the Flower Moon. Black Shawl worked because she reminded audiences that the heart of this story wasn't war, it was the everyday human connections Dunbar had never expected to find. Graham Greene was born in 1952 in Ohsweken, Ontario, Canada. He was 38 when he played Kicking Bird, the thoughtful Lakota holy man whose curiosity about John Dunbar gradually transforms suspicion into one of the movie's most important friendships. Greene gave Kicking Bird intelligence, patience, and wonderfully understated humor. His performance became one of the film's most celebrated, earning him an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor and helping launch an extraordinary screen career. Greene later appeared in Maverick, Die Hard with a Vengeance, The Green Mile, and many other productions. Sadly, he died in September 2025 at age 73 after a long illness. Kicking Bird remains unforgettable because he didn't simply teach Dunbar another language, he gave him a friendship that completely changed the way he saw the world. Rodney A. Grant was born in 1959 in Macy, Nebraska. He was 31 when he played Wind in His Hair, the fierce Lakota warrior who initially sees Dunbar as an outsider who has no place near his people. Grant made that distrust feel completely believable. But as Dunbar earns the tribe's respect, Wind in His Hair slowly changes from an intimidating rival into a loyal friend willing to stand beside him. Now 67, Grant remains best known for the role and later appeared in projects including Geronimo, An American Legend and Wild Wild West. Wind in His Hair worked because audiences were allowed to watch respect grow slowly. His final farewell to Dunbar hit so hard because we remember just how far their relationship had come. Kevin Costner was born in 1955 in Linwood, California. He was 35 when he played Lieutenant John Dunbar, a Civil War soldier who requests an isolated frontier post and unexpectedly finds a new life among the Lakota. Dunbar begins as an observer, slowly learning the language and customs of the people around him. Eventually, he isn't simply visiting their world anymore. He receives the name Dances with Wolves and discovers a sense of belonging stronger than the life he left behind. Now 71, Costner remains one of America's most recognizable screen stars. Dances with Wolves also established him as a major filmmaker, winning 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Director. Dunbar worked because his greatest journey wasn't across the frontier, it was learning that everything he had been taught about the people living there was incomplete. Floyd "Red Crow" Westerman was born in 1936 in South Dakota. He was 54 when he played 10 Bears, the respected Lakota chief whose quiet authority gives him enormous presence without ever needing to dominate a scene. 10 Bears is cautious about Dunbar but willing to listen before judging him. Westerman brought real dignity to the role, making the chief feel like a leader shaped by experience rather than a Hollywood stereotype. Westerman continued acting while also being known as a musician and Indigenous activist. He died in 2007 at age 71 from complications of leukemia. 10 Bears worked because his strength came from wisdom. In a film filled with conflict, he understood that knowing when not to fight could be just as powerful. Maury McDonnell was born in 1952 in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. She was 38 when she played Stands with a Fist, a white woman raised among the Lakota whose unusual past makes her the bridge between Dunbar and the people he desperately wants to understand. McDonnell gave the character grief, strength, and vulnerability. Her relationship with Dunbar grows naturally because both characters understand what it feels like to live between two worlds without fully knowing where they belong. Now 74, McDonnell later became widely known for Battlestar Galactica and Major Crimes. Her performance in Dances with Wolves earned an Academy Award nomination. Stands with a Fist worked because she wasn't simply Dunbar's love interest, she was someone searching for belonging long before he ever arrived. Robert Pastorelli was born in 1954 in New Brunswick, New Jersey. He was 36 when he played Timmons, the rough and talkative wagon driver responsible for taking Dunbar deep into the frontier. Timmons brings some early humor to the film, but his fate quickly reminds audiences how dangerous and unpredictable this world can be. Once he leaves Dunbar at Fort Sedgwick, the lieutenant is truly alone. Pastorelli later became especially recognizable as Eldon on Murphy Brown. He died in 2004 at only 49 from a narcotics overdose. Timmons had limited screen time, but he delivered Dunbar to the edge of the known world and then left him there to begin the journey that would change everything. Charles Rocket was born in 1949 in Bangor, Maine. He was 40 when he played Lieutenant Elgin, one of the soldiers Dunbar encounters after the peaceful world he has discovered begins colliding again with the U.S. Army. Elgin belongs to the military world Dunbar once understood. But by the time those soldiers enter his life again, Dunbar has changed so completely that the uniform no longer represents the same things it once did. Rocket was also known for Saturday Night Live and later appeared in films including Dumb and Dumber. He died in 2005 at age 56. Elgin's role helped show just how far Dunbar had traveled emotionally. He was facing soldiers from his own army, yet they now felt like strangers. Maury Chaykin was born in 1949 in Brooklyn, New York. He was 41 when he played Major Fambrough, the deeply unstable officer who grants Dunbar's request for a remote frontier posting. Chaykin only needed a short appearance to make Fambrough unforgettable. His strange behavior immediately creates an unsettling atmosphere before Dunbar begins his journey west. Chaykin later became a respected character actor with roles in My Cousin Vinny, Mouse Hunt, and many other productions. He died in 2010 at age 61. Fambrough's appearance was brief, but one decision from this broken officer accidentally sent Dunbar toward the life he was truly meant to discover. Jimmy Herman was born in 1940 in Cold Lake, Alberta, Canada. He was around 50 when he played Stone Calf, one of the Lakota warriors who becomes part of the community Dunbar slowly learns to trust. Stone Calf helps give the Lakota group its sense of strength and community. Characters like him made Dunbar's acceptance feel meaningful because he wasn't joining a handful of individuals, he was becoming part of an entire people. Herman continued appearing in film and television, including Legends of the Fall, before his death in 2013 at age 72. Stone Calf may not have received the screen time of Kickingbird or Wind in His Hair, but he helped make the world of Dances with Wolves feel larger, richer, and alive. Nathan Lee Chasing His Horse was born in 1976. He was a teenager when he played Smiles a Lot, the young Lakota boy who becomes one of the familiar faces surrounding Dunbar as he is gradually accepted into the community. Smiles a Lot brings youthful energy to the story, and his interactions help show that Dunbar is no longer simply observing the Lakota from a distance. He is slowly becoming someone the younger members recognize and trust. Unlike many members of the cast, Chasing His Horse did not build a major Hollywood career after the film. Smiles a Lot remains memorable because characters like him made the camp feel like a real community with different generations, not merely the setting for Dunbar's transformation. Michael Spears was born in 1977 in South Dakota. He was only 12 when he played Otter, one of the young Lakota members whose presence helped bring a natural sense of youth and everyday life to the community. Otter wasn't defined by dramatic speeches or major confrontations. Instead, he was part of the world Dunbar slowly came to love, a world filled with friendships, families, humor, and ordinary moments alongside the danger. Now 48, Spears continued acting and later appeared in projects including Into the West and Yellowstone. Otter reminds us why Dances with Wolves connected with so many viewers. Dunbar didn't simply discover another group of people. He discovered a community that eventually felt like home. Tom Everett was born in 1948 in Portland, Oregon. He was 41 when he played Sergeant Pepper, one of the soldiers Dunbar encounters after the army enters his life again. By this point, Dunbar is no longer the lonely lieutenant who arrived at Fort Sedgwick. The army sees him through suspicion and prejudice, while audiences know that the man they are judging has already found an entirely different identity. Now 77, Everett went on to appear in films including Air Force One and The Alamo. Sergeant Pepper represents the final contrast at the heart of Dunbar's story. The soldiers wearing the same uniform he once wore can no longer understand the man he has become. Thanks for spending another nostalgic moment with us here at Time Rewind TV. Looking back at Dances with Wolves, 1990, reminds us why this powerful story and its unforgettable characters continue to resonate decades later. Which character or scene stayed with you the most? Share your memories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time, take care, and we'll see you again on Time Rewind TV.